the way in Tampa, Florida. I mean, what can we say about this guy right here? Nonstop music hitter. Known you from the very beginning, and I'm so proud of your success right now. It has the hottest track out right now in Tampa, Florida, by way of Saint Catherine in Jamaica, Boasy.
Ah, big baller. You already know, man. Boasy in here.
How you doing, man? I know it's been a while since we last talked, but just kind of tell the people what's been going on with everything.
Yeah, so right now, we're, just recording a lot of music right now, a lot of singles. Got a few projects just on hold, but right now we're just mostly doing the singles, get some traction, some recognition from the singles, then we're gonna start putting out the projects. But right now, the current single that's out right now, creating waves, is called Mansa Musa. You know what I mean? So go ahead and check it out on music platforms. Yeah, Boasy, Mansa Musa. Great track. One of the hottest track in the streets right now.
You released Mansa Musa April 10th of this year. Just kind of tell us about the track, what kind of got you inspired and the creativity behind it.
First, when I had the beat, that wasn't the original thought on the track. So, with music, if you're creative, music is not something you rush a lot of times. It just came to me as reading up something about the richest man ever, which was Mansa Musa. So I was like, what I'm saying, I'll use the name and create a song with expression of wealth and also giving a history, a backstory on who Mansa Musa is. So when somebody heard the title, they were like, what's a Mansa Musa? So now when they went to go do their research, they realized, oh, it's deeper than just he talking about flossing in the song. It's really showing of wealth. Like you're comparing yourself to a very, very wealthy person, like arguably wealthiest person in history, African man, Mansa Musa from Mali.
I've known you for quite some time. We go way back. If you would have told me or you would have thought that from November 5th, 2020 to now, you would have been a big hit in Tampa, Florida, coming all the way by Saint Catherine, Jamaica. I mean, just talk about the growth and the development from that time to now.
It stands but prior to that, I was doing music prior to that. I had a little local smash as well called TGIF before that, prior to that. Up until then, that was my first publication, like professionally on a platform. So since 2020, it's been looking up again. The trajectory been growing. So to my surprise, it's the people are really digesting them well, and I'm getting the feedback that I'm looking for. So it's been an experience.
What's been the most memorable experiences in your career? I know you just been killing it.
Just past weekend, Memorial Weekend was the most memorable one so far because I opened up for a lot of major reggae artists. If you know who Christopher Martin is, he's a big deal. Nige Boy, a soca artist called Mr. Killer, and that old school '90s legend from Jamaica called Louis Culture. So I opened up for all them artists, and that's the first time for myself, and the first time having a complete set. I actually had a whole set. The reception was very, very great. You know what I'm saying? So
When you're coming up with the set in your performance,
yes,
what kind of goes into the creative process of what songs you want to, you know, perform, what songs do not get put on the set, and how do you create an experience than just by playing like one or two songs?
that's a great question because remember it's a festival, so it's an all age. Too many songs with profanity in there, right? Or any songs with profanity at all. Maybe you can get away with a song where you may have one cuss word and then you can just skim over it real quick. Creative process in choosing the songs is I got with my manager. We went over a few songs and we decided to go with the songs that you see in the videos that I posted on my social media platforms. Where we started out high with the energy, because when I was, when the MC was doing the introduction, introducing me, so I told him, hey, I bring something unique, versatility, the energy, style of dressing and stuff like that. So that's the reason why when I came on stage, I had to bring the energy, right? That I told the MC. We started off with a track, it's unreleased, but I've been getting a lot of feedback from it as well. It's called We Outside. I did the song called Need Me for the ladies. And then after that, I said I'm going to drop the pace down a little bit for the motivational song called They Didn't Believe, just giving story on how my journey and how people, people doubt you and you have to believe in yourself. So we did that, and then we end off the performance on a high note again. We came in with on a high note. We outside party outside vibe, and we end performance with Mansa Musa, the biggest track right now.
You just mentioned about the drip and the appearance, and I'm not trying to just state all Jamaicans dress alike or dress the same. What makes the Jamaican culture in style and appearance just so different than the US?
Prideful, and we always try to be creative and stand out in the world that is so, large. Again, reggae music came from that tiny island. Now has a global impact. So we just always trying to bring that different style, different flavor, so to speak, method to the madness. So you always have to look presentable.
You've been having a 4-year run so far in your music career. What's been the key to your success?
Really just consistency, man, and just relentlessness, man. Just not giving up. Just keep putting in the work, keep grinding. I know it sounds cliche, but it's literally that's what it is. I adopt the 10,000 hours rule. That anything you put 10,000 hours in, you're eventually gonna start reaping the benefits of that. So that's the reason why I just keep being consistent. Why I got my own home studio. Any idea comes to my mind, I could just jot it down real quick. Matter of fact, Mansa Musa was done literally right in my living room. You know what I'm saying? So, anybody that's watching this, you artist coming up, just keep grinding. A couple of years back, I thought I was at my best. Fast forward now, I'm still growing, right? So just keep going, keep being consistent.
So, as I mentioned to you before, of Saint Catherine, Jamaica, you're born in Kingston, Jamaica, and now you're living in Tampa, Florida. You've been living in Tampa, Florida for quite some time, but what has it been like for you coming from Jamaica as a whole and then just moving to Tampa, Florida?
Well, it's been a great experience. It's been quite an adjustment. Me finding out the Jamaican community around and my people kind of make it a little bit better. But I mean, home is always going to be home. You're always going to be missing home. But as far as the weather concerned, I don't like the cold. I'm from the tropics, so Florida is the closest thing to what I can get from the island. So Florida is a dope state.
Is there anything specifically that you can say that you miss about Jamaica, and what do you enjoy about being in Tampa, Florida?
With Jamaica, it's just the way of life, man. Just it's that simple. The way of life, the freeness, how you feel, the culture, the reggae dancehall culture, the street life. Oh my God, the food. So that's just sums it up. And then as far as Tampa, Tampa got a lot of you know great spots, and we don't have a lot of reggae clubs, but we have a few that I frequent. Tampa is growing, calling it the Little Miami now. Tampa is a dope city, so Tampa got a lot of nightlife, man. I must say they got a lot of nightlife.
When we first met, April 25th, 2021, you dropped BlueFace. I think BlueFace was one of the first songs, or the second song in your career that kind of made sure people who you were as an artist kind of captivated just the start of your career in music. Let's talk about that big hit, Blueface, that kind of captivated your career in the very beginning.
So BlueFace, right? So when I did BlueFace, that was me from doing dancehall and reggae, doing hip hop now, right? So after a while, I took a little hiatus, family and stuff like that. So I was absent from the dancehall reggae space for about 5 to 6 years. So when I came back, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different, revamp. I had a different look, everything, because I had braids at one point, and I had cut my braids off, so I came back, you know, with a different look and a different sound. At the time when I did Blueface, drill, the New York drill beats was really tearing up the airway, and then Pop Smoke was like one of the on fire. Rest in peace. But at the time, everything like he dropping was crazy. So I was like, that is the new sound once the direction is going, because I'm always a student of the game. When I heard the beat, it just came to me like I was on the way to work one day, and I was like, money is always on my mind, always on the hustle. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And the rest is history. I literally just freestyled Blueface in the whip on the way to work. Then Blueface came about.
With your career and what you've been able to do so far, what kind of got you into music?
Again, the Jamaican dancehall culture, right? We dance, I know if you've seen the Jamaican dance videos where we're in the streets, we're dancing and stuff. So I used to dance before I became an artist. Click, do choreography and battle and all that stuff. So music was always around in the household and stuff, but I was never bold enough, believe it or not. I was always more shy and reserved. So I never really tried to sing. My dance career side, where we a group, we do choreography, we go to parties and battle and all of that stuff. I heard a beat, I think, a while back, and I liked the beat, and I just did a freestyle and sent it to one of the group members, and he was like, "Yo, I didn't know you could flow like that. You should do a song for a dance move that I just." One of the members here that came up with a dance move. So I was like, all right, cool. I just freestyle and do it. And that's how I started, literally like that, just messing around. I always loved music, always wanted to just be able to sing. So when I got into it, I fell in love with it. Just like a chick, you fell in love with the music, and I've been in love with it ever since. So now here we are.
In dancing to getting you to the point of now you're an artist.
Yes.
If music or dance in the entertainment industry wasn't your career, what do you think your career would have been? And because you've been in this industry for the last 4 years, what challenges or obstacles have you had to deal with?
I probably would have been in business because I was going to college for business administration. So, not saying I won't go back into business. Obviously, this is called a music business for a reason. So, you have to learn the business side of it. And so, I would be doing that. If anybody trying to do this music thing, they know that it's a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of no's, before you get one yes. So, a lot of the challenges that I face is the support from especially the local DJs that see you frequently in the clubs that you think you're cool with, or you show them love, and then for them to play your song for a few seconds, it's a big deal. So that aspect, just so me learning the marketing side and learning how to make my own campaigns and getting the music in the right people's face, that's been one thing I've been working on. But that's the biggest challenge, though, just being heard. Because a lot of talented artists, you got to remember nowadays, it's not even about raw talent no more. It's about who has the best marketing. 90% business, 10% talent, unfortunately, right? But that's how it is. So that's the biggest challenge. A lot of artists have great music. It's just nobody don't hear it yet. So if you're not hearing the music, then what's the point, right? So the biggest challenge is to get the music in front of the people. And that's what, me and my team, we've been working on now heavily.
Versatility is such a big thing for you because you can do hip hop, you can do dance hall, reggae.
Versatility is a big thing for me because all different sides, right? So again, obviously my roots is dancehall. So dancehall is, comes more natural. You can hear it too when but I can also rap, right? And people can't even tell that I'm Jamaican. I can rap. Then I can sing because I have some R&B records too. I'm working on an R&B project. So, I just feel like, the more variations of style of music I bring, the better chance I have at standing out, so to speak, even more. Not only I can do the different type of genres, but I can do them very well. It's not like I'm trying to be something. It's just I have gifts where I just utilize all my gifts. Creative space, trying new sounds, who deliver how you deliver the music because again, nothing is new under the sun. It's just not what you say is how you say it. So that's what I strive to do, give him something new and refreshing. I have a tendency, sometimes they say it's a gift and a curse, right? Where you have the ability to do so many different genres and so many different styles. Sometimes you can get lost in all of that creative process, right? Where you kind of lose your identity, so to speak, because they're gonna be like, okay, so 1 minute you're giving me a rap song, then you give me a dance, or they give me R&B. Good to have the versatility, but still you have at least make one where you can be identified by, right? So the same jack of all trades, but I try to. I'm mostly doing a lot of dancehall songs right now. So after I get the recognition that I'm seeking, right, more on a bigger scale, when people start knowing, being more aware of me as an artist, start really diving into the music, now I can slow feed them the rest of stuff, right? Because as a new artist coming up, you don't want to confuse the listener, of what type of artist you are, right? You want them to recognize you by a certain sound. So I'm trying to just own this sound right now and then feed them the rest of the songs that I have. But I have a lot of different type of music, as the ones I didn't send to you before. But I have a lot more with a lot of different vibes. So
So my question to you is, how do you keep up with the latest music trends? And what are some techniques that you felt or that you use to engage listeners?
content creation, right? I need to get more up on my content creation, right? That one of the biggest things that is the content creation. And it's always, it's a way of always getting your content out there and being people's faces. So more is gonna be in the algorithm. The algorithm gonna put it in more people's faces. Chameleon, man. So I mean I can fit into any pocket, any type of vibe, any type of sound. But again, you don't want to get lost in the sauce, right? You want to still keep your originality. That's what people are gonna love you for and appreciate you for is being original. So even though you can adapt certain whether it's cadences, flows, melodies, right? But you still have to make it unique, make it your own, and not sound like somebody else. I don't know if you are familiar with the Jamaican artist called Vibes Cartel. He's the one I want. Is the reason why I wanted to start this dancehall music. I think he's one of the most talented artists, creative genius, where he has so many different styles and he brought so many different flows to dancehall. Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, and the other legends, Michael Jackson, Tupac, 50 Cent, Usher, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, and the list goes on and on, man. It's just, again, that's why my style is so unique. When later on, when my music, I start releasing more and more music, because now I kind of the way I put out music, just so the listener can digest. one thing at a time until I get to that level where I can drop more frequently. The number one person that got me into it, when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this music thing is Vibes Cartel.
And when we talk about music, I know you mentioned earlier that you took about a 5 to 6 year break. Dancehall reggae album. What
Yeah, I mean, right now, again, the Mansa Musa is definitely gonna be one on there. That's the single we're running with right now. I got another single again. We outside, need me. A lot of different songs. I got some songs right now on my computer. I don't remember a lot of them. We got a lot. We got a lot of music coming. Just know we got a lot of music coming. A lot of music for the ladies. So it's gonna be one of them summers.
now when you think about music and your creative style, what are some of the thoughts in your head that play a part in just your creativity?
Most of the time starts with the instrumental. So most of the time, instrumental dictates what the topic is gonna be. Right. So most of the time, if the vibe of the beat, if it's fast paced or if it's more, slow, dark, more happy feel. It all depends on the instrumental, what the instrumental is saying to me, and then I feedback what I can come up with towards that instrumental. Because remember, you have to create like a marriage. The lyrics have to match with the beat. To ensure that you'll have a good quality song. So my thought process is normally with the instrumental, but sometimes I have an idea prior to even hearing an instrumental. Then I try to find an instrumental that matches up. But for the most part, vibing to the instrumental, and I don't write none of my songs. All of them is just straight up the top. Being more out, touching the people, because I know a lot of people give a lot of social media a lot of praise, which, rightfully so. But I always think that the old fashioned way of being in the people's face, social media can tend to create this illusion. And then you see when a lot of major artists, people went to their concerts and they're like, wow, there's nobody there. But on social media, they look like they larger than life. So us doing a lot of parties now, what I'm saying, going back to that grind, just whether it's performing or hosting, being out there. Every flyer, as you can see, I've been posting. I'm just in the people's face. So, the more and more I'm in the people's face, the more they're aware, like, oh, let's check this guy out. I've been seeing him everywhere on every poster, every flyer, all over social media. So that's what I've been doing.
Is there anything in your career that you wish you would have known when you first started out in your career?
Properly market myself, right? Properly market myself, the channels and avenues that I need to take to reach that level. Marketing is key, right? Marketing is not what you know, is who you know. So if I have those, getting into the music, I got in just pure off the love. Didn't have a structure, didn't have a plan. You know, never had a manager, and it's my first time now with an official manager. I had homies, but they wasn't official managers. If I just knew the importance of having a team, always have a team that catapults them to success. So I wish I had known all this stuff that I know now. People, I'm thankful for my career. All of my musical journey, I've been doing it, by myself pretty much. I just got a manager on board that's pulling some strings. Shout out to him. His name is Terrell. Shout out to my boy Terrell that just came on board. But all over the years, man, I just been doing it on my own. To be honest with you, bro, I can't even really thank anybody specific because it's just been me. To be honest, I did everything out of my pocket, BlueFace video, everything. Everything I've been, distribution, all of that. So, catch me a few months, a year from now, then I can be like, yo, shout out to my boy Terrell, you know, because he's pulling a lot of strings for me right now. Shows in the works that is unannounced right now. So when I get those information, we'll be back to talk about all of that good stuff.
Obviously, your name's Brian, but Boasy, big and bragging. I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, another thing with my name, excessively proud, you know what I'm saying? And very confident and excessively proud. That if you look up the urban meaning, it will say that in the urban dictionary. But so it's just a, you have that swag, that confidence. So that's you bossy. You know what I'm saying? You show it, you flaunt it.
So let me ask you a question. Are you confident with that swag and attitude, man?
Come on, man. I know you see me on stage, man. We commanding the stage. You know, we look very presentable. You know, I got a lot of compliments on the outfit. You know, that was asking me if it was custom and all that good stuff. So, you know, we always got to represent, man. Always got to represent. Message to the people back home in Jamaica. Boasy's coming. Mansa Musa, right? Coming to a stage near you. Hopefully, one of these big festivals coming up. You know, Reggae Sumfest coming up. So, hopefully, the promoter Reggae Sumfest reach out, man. Reach out to my manager, Boasy Mansa Musa. Ah, all right, man.